what is happening in the grease industry? There's a change. Grease is not like lubricant. It's very specialized. The production process is very different. What's going on right now? I mean, capacity-wise, the growth has been tremendous. Where's the growth coming from? Is it new applications or just old plants shutting down? Or tell us about it.
I mean, part of it is the industry restructuring. You know, some companies merge and then they go apart again, and some factories are being closed down. I mean, the demand of greases are basically on a steady level, and it's been that for a long time. Then, you know, different technologies goes up and down a bit. So what we've seen in the industry lately is, you know, the decline of the lithium-based greases, and that means that we're opening up a lot of the alternative technologies and try to refine them to be even better and more competitive.
And actually, I guess, would you agree with me if I say that the reason that lithium soap is becoming less popular today, when before it was like the biggest market share, is because of electrification?
I mean, that's one of the main drivers, right? Because we had a huge jump in cost a couple of years back. It went from $8 per kilo up to 80. Now it's a return to similar levels as before, but the you know, availability and the volatility is still there, right? Because I mean, the electric vehicles might sell very much again, or the battery industry in general. But we also have additional drivers. We have the sustainability. I mean, lithium extraction is using a lot of fresh water in arid areas, for instance. Also releases a lot of CO2. So you have that part, but also the health legislation that's coming.
So, what are the grease marketers preferring to replace lithium with?
I would say straight lithium greases, you have a very good counterpart in the anhydrous calcium technology, because it's almost a complete match and you have some additional benefits actually. As soon as you have demand of water resistance, good pumpability, the anhydrous calcium is actually better than the lithium greases. And the temperature range is basically the same, and the rest of the performance profile is there as well.
Yeah. But tell us something about China. China is a very interesting market. Number one, you have China developing its own domestic specifications. Number two, China is electrifying its vehicles. How would that impact your sales if more electric vehicles or even hybrid vehicles enter the market? That would mean less demand for internal combustion engine vehicles.
Yes, right.
Less engine oils, for example.
Yes, right. I totally agree with you. Now in China market is very competitive. I mean, it's not only because the market, even there are many producers, component producers. The market, the price of the packages and the components decrease step by step. So yeah, we face that. And now China also have their own specification, D1, and in the future G1, NG1. We are also, our company is also one member of that group. Yeah, we are trying to also develop that Chinese standard products.
How would you describe the Asian market? Because obviously a lot of manufacturing is done in Asia, especially in China, India, Thailand, Indonesia. These are probably the key markets in Asia. How different are they and how the same are they?
I would say that Asia Pacific in overall is one of the major area for us. This is the main market, and this is hold very good opportunity for us to grow. And for Asia market, as far as cutting fluids, there are few industry that we need to focus on. First of all, the automotive industry, that is one of the biggest one. That's where the volume coming from. Second is actually from the aerospace. So aerospace industry actually one of our main focus. about 30% of our revenue is coming from the aerospace. And this is seen as a premium market, so which is quite good size in Asia Pacific as well. Then we have like in Singapore, for example, oil and gas is one of the focus, and then we have a medical industry as well. So in a way, I think this is a growing market. Asia Pacific, we see it as a growing market.
Base oil and additives, how do they work? I mean, why use ultrasound versus other technologies? Right now,
Why ultrasound? Ultrasound is basically is energy, on the fluid. In every fluid you have tiny air bubbles, right?
Okay.
And those tiny air bubbles are imploding under the energy of the ultrasound within the fluid.
Okay.
And that energy basically is dispersing the additives within the base oil like in a perfect way.
yes, a typical lube blending plant just uses heating, right?
Yeah.
To make a very viscous fluid flow better. And a lot of additives are very viscous.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Now, if you put your equipment in a plant, do you have to retrofit a tank or whatever you're gonna?
Yeah.
You mentioned maybe you're talking about batch blending, not continuous blending. So does that mean you have to retrofit your entire plant to use your technology?
It can be retrofitted indeed. It would be optimal if you already use like flow meters for adding the additives. If you use load cells, you need to wait before the base oil is in, and then the rest of the additives are in. That can be retrofitted as well in the same loop for the circulation. But then it takes a bit. Well, it takes more time than as finished. Yeah, but if you are able, if you have like flow meters, and we can rebuild the routing of the additives and the base oil, then then you have the most optimum solution there. So either a new factories built or retrofitting those factories.
So what's
Yeah.